So this stream is just going to be Cody's little stream. Monday afternoons is my current time, at least for the next few weeks. I am heading out tonight to see Wicked finally. Wasn't something I was fanging on seeing, you know, opening weekend or anything. I am a musical fan, but I have a complicated history with that musical. And it's not one of my favorites, but I also saw it under very fraught conditions in that, one, I read the book first. And if you're familiar at all with the book, it's actually not in shot, but it's down here. That is another book by the author, that one you can see peeking up there. The book is very, very different. The book is a lot darker and actually has a lot less explicit references to The Wizard of Oz. And I read the book and I loved the book, but also was like, the only song I'd heard at that point was Defying Gravity, and was like, this musical must be wildly different. And I don't even know who read that book and was like, I think this could be a hit musical. But somebody did, pretty much by changing the whole thing, and keeping the basic concept alive. But the day I saw it was a wonderful day up until about 10 minutes before we were about to head off to the show. I was with my mum. And I realized that I'd lost my wallet, and we'd spent this morning shopping. She'd come to visit me. It was when I was living interstate. And my wallet had disappeared. We went to every shop we had shopped in the past hour or so and couldn't find it. And the show time was getting closer. Thankfully, I still had the tickets. I did not have the ticket to get my car. So we quickly jumped in a taxi to get to the theater. We got there just in time. They were closing the doors. Meanwhile, I'm frantically trying to cancel my cards so someone doesn't steal all my money. And he's making himself comfy. He never does this. I am at this desk so often, and he's chosen right now to make himself at home. Not that I'm complaining. So I'm trying to cancel my card. So basically, I'm watching this show, having a literal panic attack. He settled down. And that's a really hard way to immerse yourself in something and to enjoy it. And then on top of that, I was like, I had a little bit of like, well, this, it wasn't that it was bad. It was just like, I was so conscious of how sanitized it's so, not even family friendly really, but just very sanitized version of the show. And just when you feel like you're watching a watered down version of something, it was very hard to enjoy that as well. So I think I wouldn't have enjoyed it much anyway. And I've always said, if I watched Wicked again, knowing what it is, I would have a much better time. So I'm going into the movie fully aware of what it is. I've also had it very, very hyped though, and which could mean I'm there like ready, I'm so on board, and I'm seeing it with someone who I know has already seen it and loved it, or I might sit there and be disappointed because sometimes hype works against it. But I feel like it's going to work on me. I've loved John Chu's previous movies. His In the Heights is one of the best movie musical adaptations that there is. So I trust him. And the fact that they've hired people who can actually sing, like actual musical theater people, is always a good sign. But anyway, that's what I'm off to today. And speaking of movies, let's look at that segue. Let's do our box office game. I have to get the keyboard a little bit closer to me because there's a terrier on my lap. All right, what are we working with? March 22nd, 1996. So I have just turned 8. I am 8 and a month years old. So I should somewhat remember this. This is when I'm starting to go to the movies. So we got an MGM release in its 3rd week and still at number 1. And something's come out in its first week and not bumped it off. So that's always interesting. Well, that could mean... that's That's a great number one. It's The Birdcage. I was thinking about this movie the other day for some reason. Absolutely rules. I haven't... Oh, because those of you who know I'm in the process of collecting physical media, I found the DVD of this. And it's brilliant. Like, look how much money it made. And there's so many things about this movie that are great. And I love that it was a huge hit. Of course, one of the things that has gone kind of viral in recent years is the story about how Nathan Lane was out, you know, friends and family, but not ready to be out publicly, and him and Robin Williams were going on Oprah, and he said to Robin right before, you know, Oprah's so quick and asks such, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Just she asks questions and she'll go there. And he said, I'm not ready to deal with it if she asks me. And Robin was just like, I got you. And you can, and he has talked about that in intervening years and explained that story. And then you can see the clip of the interview where Oprah does straight up ask him, like, you know, you play a lot of these characters. Are you worried that people are going to think you're gay? Like, that's basically what she asks him. And Robin Williams just swoops in and just derails the conversation in a way that you almost can't tell he's doing anything. And I love that story so much. I love this movie so much. I do wish the son and the fiance weren't so young in it, that they weren't like 20 and 18 wanting to get married. But yes. Oh, I love that movie. Hell yeah. God, why is this tagline so long? 5 miles above the Earth, an elite team of 6 men must make an air-to-air transfer in order to save 400 lives on board a 747 and 40 million below. Oh, shit. This is a movie that I will know. Yeah, I knew it was fucking Steven Seagal and Kurt Russell. I know this movie. Is it under... It's not Under Siege, because I feel like... Yeah, no, see, Steven Seagal's above the title. What's the Kurt Russell one? Is the plot gonna help me? No, David Grant. Isn't that just an action guy's name? Oh, as soon as I reveal this... Halle Berry's in this movie. I'm gonna... remember. Executive Decision. Yeah, it's one of those fucking... I think I may have seen it, even. Just one of those 90s action movies that has a title that really doesn't have anything to do with the plot, like, at all. I think I've seen it. God, whenever anyone decides to put Kurt Russell in glasses, though. Very good job. Did not... bad. Did not make money. Budget of $55 million, made 56. That's bad. All right, number 3. This is the number 1. 2 women, 1 man. The combination can be murder. This is in its first week. Oh, is this fucking Basic Instinct? No. Is it terrible that I'm revealing? Maybe that's the only... Sharon Stone movie I know. Apart from when she's in the Flintstones movie playing a woman named Sharon Stone. Oh, is this a movie that doesn't exist? The wife and mistress of a cruel schoolmaster collaborate in a carefully planned and executed scheme to murder him. The plan goes well until the body, which has been strategically dumped, disappears. The psychological strain. This is a movie that doesn't exist, surely. Yeah, okay, yeah, movie that doesn't exist. Diabolique. Made $17 million on a $45 million budget. Yeah. Why would you call it that? Okay. We're not doing too well this week. But number 4. It's a Disney... I should know this one. Your favorite talking animals are back. Who... Oh! Hey, is he? This is a franchise that I saw a lot. Percy is in my lap. This is Homeward Bound 2. Your favorite talking animals are back is not... That's a tagline for the 90s where that could mean dozens of movies. Kind of irresponsible of these owners, I gotta say, letting their pets escape twice. I think I've seen the first one. I've seen the first one a lot. Yeah, 2 dogs and a cat go missing and they gotta find their way back home. These are 2 DVDs. They're Disney movies that I'm trying to find for my physical release Disney collection, and I've not seen them anywhere. God, I saw... Okay, here's a question. This is Homeward Bound 2 Lost in San Francisco. Did this come out before or after Home Alone 2 Lost in New York? Who did that first? Home Alone 2. That's hilarious. In what? Oh, Percy's getting up. Makes you feel what way? So, that you've seen it less than the first one? Or I said a lot of things just then. So, I saw the first one so many times. Oh, yes, right, yes, exactly. Once you've left a kid alone, you are going to be very vigilant about where that kid is. Yeah, yes. How can you do that again? And yeah, like, it doesn't, it's why it's hard for movies like that to get sequels. It's terrible that one of the, like how? And how does those parents not then get child services called on them at that point? So Homeward Bound, it's terrible, but that, like, the line I remember, so these are animals who talk, but they haven't perfected the babe technology yet. You just have the voices and you see the dogs. And Shadow is the red setter. Chance is the, like, bulldog pitbull thing. And then there's a cat called Sassy. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's fine. Do your thing. I'm doing alright. The first week of my holidays, been more stressful than it really should have been. But I've decided this is going to be cozy stream, cozy space, where we're going to chill out from all of that and forget it's Christmas. I'm not a person who hates Christmas, but I'm not a person who loves it. So we're just going to chill. So I'm doing alright. Things, just stuff going on. It's mostly all good. How are you? So the animals are voiced, like, you can see the order of this, right? The billing of it, right? Like, Shadow voiced by nobody. Michael J. Fox voicing Chance. And Sally two-time Academy Award winner Sally Field doing the voice of the cat. And the line from the first one that sticks in my brain is when they're like, they've been traveling for a while and it's nighttime, and Chance, in Michael J. Fox's voice, says something about how he's too pooped to poop. And for some reason, that line has stuck in my brain for 30 years. I like that this is claiming the budget of this movie is $0. There's no way that's true. Okay, I kind of have to... just do some Googling about Homeward Bound now. So, it is a remake of an original, and I thought it was based on a book. So, God, what a name. So it made $57 million. Was that a hit? Marked the final film. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Reception, positive reception. Like, this is a good little Disney movie. Like, it's I mean, it's got a sequel. You know, we're kids, we just want to see talking dogs going on an adventure and it all works out okay. It's not all yellow shit. So, oh, okay, so there was the guy who did Shadow in the first one, died. So he was a real guy. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot, darling girl. Yeah. I mean, as I've acknowledged a lot, there is a lot that you are dealing with. As I said on my last message to you, if you can able to find some ways to get some help, that would be awesome, because you're dealing with a lot. I think that's all very, very fair. So, alright, so the guy who did Shadow in the first one was like a real, like, old school vaudeville guy. That kind of makes sense now. So then, and then he died. So there seems to be no link at all to the sequel on this page, which is hilarious. Oh no, here we go. So who is the guy who replaced him? Okay. Oh, he's Gibbs's dad on NCIS. That's funny. Okay, so he is a guy. They got just another, like, old school. Oh yeah, this 96 is the box office game we're doing. So yeah, I was 8. This was absolutely my time. So yeah, so 96 was the sequel. Homeward Bound was 93. So this was absolutely, yeah. I love Chance, an immature American bulldog. Like, yeah. And wasn't that a classic 90s thing as well, where, like, you'd have 3 pets and, like, in a family of 3 kids, so they each had their own pet? That doesn't happen. But anyway, I have derailed the situation. Number 3 at the box office was Homeward Bound to, Lost in San Francisco. Oh, no, sorry, no, I do need to just look at whether this was seen as a disappointment, mixed with critical reception, you know, mixed. People were like, it's fine. There's a reason why they didn't make a 3rd one. Alright, number 5 at the box office in March 1996. This is also March, right? So, this is pretty dire apart from the Birdcage at this point. We got a movie in its 4th week of release. Passion brought them together, only success could tear them apart. In all caps, and a really long plot summary. Thank you so much, Jacob. I love the idea of Robert Redford being in Showgirls. Not gonna lie. Oh! Shit. I think I know what this movie is. This is a dire week. Oh my god, what a pull. Okay. Up close and personal. Not a absolute massive bomb. So she wants to be a news person, and then he's, of course, like, they're a mentor, but that they have sex. The reason I know this movie and what outplays the movie is Celine Dion had a song for this movie called Because You Loved Me that was huge, and I think it won the Oscar. Okay, now I need to find out. It was Joan Didion wrote this movie? Well, that's insane. Yeah. I said it was nominated. So yeah, I know, I'm so aware of Because You Loved Me. Now I want to know what beat it. Because this is how my brain works. What do we got? Oh, this is the English... Yes, because... Oh my god, You Must Love Me from Mavita beat it. Oh, this is garbage. This was the first Oscars I watched. So this is a seminal Oscars for me. This year the English Patient won, and Cuba Gooding Jr. won for Jerry Maguire. So this is why I remember this song so well, because I saw her perform it, and she actually ended up singing twice. Yes, I'm going full Oscar nerd in this, because another song that was nominated was I Finally Found Someone by Barbara Streisand and Bryan Adams from The Mirror Has Two Faces. And Barbara Streisand was either sick or had something wrong with her throat and couldn't sing it. So Celine Dion had to sing that too. And she was there with like the music in front of her singing it. So I don't know how soon before that they were like, hey, Celine Dion, you got to sing this too. Now, this is garbage because You Must Love Me from Evita sucks. Because this is one of those situations where a musical gets made into a movie and then they have to write a new song so they can be nominated for Best Original Song. And Evita's already not great, but like the best song in that show is Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. Anyway, Finally Found Someone from The Mirror Has Two Faces is whatever. But then we have That Thing You Do. Maybe one of the best songs written for a movie ever. Written by Adam Schlesinger, who is a legend and very sadly passed away not long ago. Genuinely one of the best movie songs ever, particularly because that whole plot revolves around this song, that it's catchy enough to be a one-hit wonder, but only catchy enough to be a one-hit wonder, and you hear it so many times in the movie that you have to be able to hear it but not get sick of it and also understand why people love it. And it's beautiful. I did not. I need to. I absolutely do need to. Because I've read a lot about him and watched snippets of things. But yeah. So this is even more garbage. And then we've got Because You Love Me from Up Close and Personal. I think I absolutely would, Jacob. Yeah, no, I need to. Thank you for reminding me about that. Which Diane Warren wrote. And so this is why I remember that song. Hence, and why I remember Up Close and Personal, a movie that nobody remembers. God, this was so good. Yeah, my first Oscars, 96. And I taped it because it was too long and too late for me to stay up. So I watched it multiple times. So we didn't do great. I got 3 out of 5, but this is a pretty fucking dismal week. One of the greatest movies ever made, and then a bunch of garbage. But that's March for you, I guess. So let's go to Cinematrix. I almost didn't do Cinematrix. And then I checked what it was, and I saw it was a Home Alone themed one, and I feel like I can nail this. So yeah. So obviously we've got stars of Home Alone. And we're gonna try and figure this out. So we got Macaulay or Kieran Culkin. Now I'm gonna stick with Kieran and see how that works out for me. So through with the title, I'm gonna go with If It Goes Down. 19%, that's more than I would have thought, but not a movie I've seen, but I know that was like Kieran Culkin's big deal. My other potential there was She's All That, where he plays her little brother. I would have thought so, but real movie nerds do this, quiz. You would have thought so. Alright. I maybe should have put it in 80%. Now, 80% on Rotten Tomatoes for either Macaulay or Kieran Culkin. I would love to say I wish Saved would be in this category. Thank you. Yes, this is what I am thinking. I don't know if it was that well reviewed, though. You know what? Fuck it. People, I'm gonna... I don't know if it was that well reviewed, but we'll see. Yep. Damn it! I thought that might have been the case. Oh well, we had a crack. Saved rules. Damn it. Yeah, alright. So, yeah. I mean, it was such a small movie. I just had a feeling, but I wanted to give that a crack. Alright, let's... I mean, where do I put Home Alone? Is the question. Do I put Home Alone 2 here? That's kind of funny to me. I love to pull a more esoteric. I'll think of something obscure from there. Oh, only 10%. Hell yeah. All right. You gotta... Okay, 3 words in the title. I'm gonna go with Daniel Stern for City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold. Hell yeah. Another terrible sequel where, again, you're like, they've ended up herding cattle again? Though, to be fair, they don't really herd cattle. They are trying to find gold. And they have to bring Jack Palance back, even though he died in the first one. So now it's the most deranged... Because, like, Jack Palance got a fucking Oscar for the first City Slickers. Mental. So they're like, well, we have to bring him back for the sequel. So it's just like, hey, he turns out he had an identical twin. Anyway. Alright. Joe Pesci's in Goodfellas, right? Or am I having a terrible stereotype? I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, oh, 46. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty obvious one, I guess. Still. Alright. So. I love John Candy in Home Alone. But, again, probably another obvious one. But we're not here to... Oh, you know what? Not too bad. One of our first movie club watches when we were trying to think of Thanksgiving films. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Beetle... Oh, he's so... No, it's almost hard to explain. He was just, like... so beloved. When was Cool Runnings? Was Cool Runnings put before 93? I feel like Cool Runnings was later.
94.
You reckon 94?
Yeah.
He was just like our big brother and our dad, and he was such a comforting presence in all these films, and he was just such a legend. Beetlejuice. I'm gonna go with a Catherine O'Hara. I'm gonna go with Beetlejuice. I feel like this is gonna be... Yeah. Oh, that's not as high as it could have been. I'm pretty confident that Best in Show, the wonderful mockumentary Catherine O'Hara's in, that surely got a higher than 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, surely. Yes. Excellent. 26. So we're not... The fact that Home Alone 2 is currently my best score is crazy. Now, I only have one left because I fucked this one up. So what are we more confident about? I mean, I haven't even used Home Alone in this. Joe Pesci or Daniel Stern for an 85 to 93 release, or a Macaulay or Kieran Culkin at an 80% plus Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, the easiest thing would best be to put Home Alone there. Yeah, I mean, that's classic Candy, right? Yeah, okay. Let's just do the obvious. No, hang. Let's just do the obvious thing. Oh, wait. No, because all of the... Oh, fuck. I even fucked that up. I should have put Home Alone there. Yeah. Don't you cockily say yeah.
Percent on Rotten Tomatoes.
Over 80?
Yeah.
That movie was huge.
But that's critical.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But still. I don't reckon it'll be that much lower. Okay, now I need to know. Because that movie was like a massive hit. 66. Yeah. Jesus. Alright, anyway. So we didn't even put the connecting factor. It's fine. Alright, so people have gone with Kieran Culkin's latest movie in there. So I've gone with a couple of the more correct ones. The most common ones. The rarest correct ones, I'm like, you Googled that. So yeah, it was Cinematrix is so much fucking harder. But, you know, when I saw it was Home Alone themed. And really, we're coming up at the end of my box office game, which I've also lost. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has only just come out. It's still in the red. It will get in the black, but it's not going to make me $2.5 billion. But that's okay. I broke even. It's all fine. And that is why I've had this up, because I'm already looking to 2025, what's going on my slate. And at the moment, next year is quite an interesting year. A lot of sequels. Not that that hasn't been the case for a long time, but a lot of very interesting sequels. Like 28 years later, coming out. I feel like will be good because the budget will also be small. So this is when my opponent was very smart. My friend Em was very smart, and she picked films with low budgets. So yeah, yeah, 100%. So looking ahead at 2025 and starting to think about it, I went with the first part of Wicked this year, and that served me well. Will people come for the second one? Probably. I'm probably going to try and get Jurassic World on my slate, because those movies all make $1 billion for some reason. I don't know why. We got some live action remakes coming next year. We got Snow White, which I think is not going to do well. And we got the How to Train Your Dragon. Where is this? The live action remake of that, which seems insane. I'm putting no faith in the Marvel slate anymore. At all. Lilo and Stitch is the one live action that could go okay. Ballerina is a John Wick related property. Yeah, I'm thinking it will, because it will probably have a small budget and will make it back. Fantastic Four could do alright. My prediction with F1 is gonna bomb. Mission Impossible usually does pretty good, but will have a high budget. I don't know where I stand on a Minecraft movie. That could make $1 billion. It could not. The new I Know What You Did Last Summer. I know they're bringing a lot of people back. Horror movies are usually a good bet. This is something else my friend Em did, because they have. Which movie are you talking about, Jacob? What trailers? Trailer for which one? Yeah. And I think it'll just also be a case of parents got to take their kids to see stuff, which doesn't always work. It'll be interesting to see how the Michael Jackson movie does. I don't think it's going to do very well. Avatar, Fire and Ash. They all make billions. You don't bet against James Cameron, so that's probably a safe bet. Yeah. Freakier Friday will probably maybe do well. Like, that's gonna have a lot of nostalgia to it. Is it gonna result in butts on seats? Because that also doesn't feel like something you have to see on the big screen. Is that, so I don't know. They're remaking The Running Man. So, yeah, there's a few that I'm thinking. They're making a new Naked Gun, by the way. I looked this up before. Who is in it? Yeah, Liam Neeson is starring in the new Naked Gun. Cause sure, yeah, right. No one wants that. Like, the Naked Gun is Leslie Nielsen. Like, you can't do that. But they are trying. The new Looney Tunes movie is one that I think I might get on my slate. But anyway, we're getting into... Oh, Megan 2.0 as well. We have Mel Gibson's fucking Passion of the Christ sequel, The Resurrection. Jesus God. So, but the Looney Tunes sequel, I think. Yeah. I don't know, man. Was that something you saw on this list, or is that just something you know is coming out next year? Return to Silent Hill. Oh, there it is. Who's doing this? Yeah, horror movies are often a good bet because, so this is a guy who's directed not a lot, and he's writing and directing it, so who knows what that'll be. But horror movies are usually a good bet because usually the budget is small. Cast is... I don't think it doesn't look like there is one yet. There is one Alexander Ward. One person is in this movie so far. So... yeah. And it looks like he's mostly a stunt guy. Yeah. So, I'm looking to redeem myself next year. With that, I've got some inklings, but we'll see. Because, yeah, playing that game has very much taught me you just don't fucking know. Now what are we doing? We're doing the main event. We're gonna do some coloring, and I'm gonna get some music on. I'm not gonna play Christmas music. I thought about it, and then said no. Oh, did you really? Okay, yeah, I had a feeling that was more of a dig at you than an actual chat comment. I don't know if I want to ask. Let me know if music's too loud or too quiet. That's good you painted a plant plot. So I'm gonna do, I had some simple stuff, but I'm gonna dive into an actual page. And oh no. There we go. That's awesome. Now, right before this, I was watching Corey. And he has such an amazing set. He was sewing, like he was repairing his headphones. And he has such an amazing setup for doing stuff on your table that I'm 100% going to copy next time I do it. But I saw it 10 minutes before I started and I couldn't be like, oh my god, that's perfect. Like, it's a perfect point of view shot. There's a Pokemon in chat if you want to. So, next time I do this, hopefully you'll actually have a POV. But you have to put up with it being a bit on the side. So, this is the latest thing the internet has influenced me about. You may recall the Miniverse things, which are over here, that I got very influenced about, and then immediately were recalled because they were toxic. And they are back, and I feel very grateful that they actually did get recalled, because I would have dropped so much money on them, and them getting recalled was the motivation to get me to ask Smokey to teach me how to use a 3D printer, which I love doing. But the latest thing I've been influenced about, which I think is the same demographic of millennial women doing craft, is this kind of, like, obviously adult coloring has been back for a while, but has often been the like really intricate stuff. And I love coloring, but I did often find that really frustrating because it was so detailed and intricate, and it was quite hard. And so I often would buy kids' books, and I preferred doing that. And so now it turns out people feel the same way. Bold and easy coloring, you called it, is taking over, but adding details and shading. Like, if you look up, like, bold and easy coloring or, like, light effects, and you see what these motherfuckers are doing, it's insane. And they're doing it with alcohol markers, which I managed to get a set from Officeworks, like a cheap set. The ones that these, like, social media groups are pumping out are Ohuhu markers, I think. They are hundreds of dollars. They are so expensive. They are sold out everywhere around the world. There is a particular artist who does these kind of style books called Coco Wyo. She just released her very first published book, like it was published by HarperCollins. Someone in a social media group posted about that, hey, this book, I've just put it in Big W in Australia. I looked online, tried to buy it, sold out so quickly. These people are insane. And there's drama in these social media groups as well, like arguing about downloading these for free and AI and and the things that people do with this art is nuts, and it is quite intimidating. But honestly, in some ways though, I get it. The way these color is awesome. And actually, I should have done this earlier, but I am going to do a bit of, here's something I've done before, so I can give you kind of an idea of what this coloring looks like. Alright, so obviously this is nothing compared to what people are doing elsewhere on the internet. But this was, actually that's not going to be the best way to do it. Let's just pull the sheets out. So this was the first sheet I attempted. And alcohol markers are beautiful because they do give this really matte finish, but they are also temperamental in that you got to go really quite fast to avoid them streaking. So I kind of tried a little bit of shading on the blanket there. I fucked up his tail. I tried to do a little glow around the lights. Did a little bit of shading. Like, that was my first attempt, right? And then I was just getting used to the markers. So this one has no shading, no highlights, no nothing. But I was just kind of experimenting with, like, the colors. And just, like, the colors that went together. Then this was the first one I did where I really kind of tried to do the shading and glow and was like, oh, I'm happy with that. And that's this one. Yeah. So this is all me being inspired by stuff online. So the big elevation is using a gel pen after you're done to add like the white lines and stuff. It's kind of insane what it does. So just the effect of the color, there's just something about it. I don't have a great eye for color, but I've been doing my best. And so this was the first one I saw where I'm like, oh, okay. So obviously we're doing these in like spooky season. And then this one, I don't think is quite as good, but I was getting there. I was quite happy with how the wall turned out. I tried to do a sunset or sunrise kind of sky, because this is the other thing about this kind of coloring online. This one is like adding textures that aren't there, like adding details in that aren't there. Like a lot of people are doing like turning these characters into Wicked characters or SpongeBob or just adding like patterns and stuff. Yeah. So that was the next one I did. And so yeah, I was trying to do something. I was trying to make it look like a sunrise or sunset. I kind of hated it when I did it, because you can get like a colorless blender that helps the colors blend. That looks better than I thought it did. And then this is the last one I did, where I was experimenting with water. So, like I colored under here to look like the shadow, and then I put the white gel pen everywhere. So yeah, again, stuff I've copied off the internet, nothing I've invented remotely. But it is quite insane how it elevates, like just adding the white lines, how it elevates it. So this has been very much me being influenced. And I got like I said, these alcohol markers that people are using are ridiculous in terms of their price and people going nuts about them. And then so the ones I've got are like $35 for 60 of them off Officeworks. And then I got I managed to find a small, these are now all sold out at Kmart. These are a Kmart set. And I did make a swatch because they look really different than their tips. Often like belie it, but I don't know where my swatch has gone. So we're gonna be flying a little bit by the seat of our pants. You also very much have to have a piece of card underneath it because they go straight through. I would show you what the back looks like, but whatever. So I might be doing kind of swatches as I go. But they feel so nice. They color so nice. No, I barely know what that means. I love that you feel like there's a chance I could know what that is. Alright, so the light source on this, gonna be the candle, I guess. Now, some people do absolutely insane things with like glowing effects and like fireplace stuff. I'm not at that level yet, and I tried it once. I tried to do like the TV glow light, and it just looked like garbage. Oh, that's fascinating. I've forgotten already okay. So I'm not gonna try and do something really specky with trying to make this look a little fire or anything. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna do the little candle glow around the candle, but like, let me actually just pull it up because, I'll show you what other people have done. I'm sure I could manage that. Alright, let me... So this is the kind of shit that people have done with like the yellow glow and stuff. Yeah, I know. Let me, like this one I love with like the glow from the cauldron. Like what? This was the one that inspired the water effect that I saw. And then like, so this one, there's a bunch that have like ghosts in them. And so people make them transparent by copying what's behind them. Like they're not transparent in the book, so they just do a lighter color. It's so mental. And this is like one where I'm gonna stop in a minute and actually do this myself, but I can't find it now. Anyway, you get it. So that's been what I've been inspired by. I'm not gonna try and do anything crazy like that, but we're gonna add a little bit of small details here and there. Yeah. We might not finish it. We're gonna see. Yeah, I thought you would be. And a lot of these artists put up digital download, like their books. There's tons of AI imitators, people, fraudsters trying to rip off their stuff, obviously, on Amazon and Temu and shit. But a lot of them release free digital downloads of their stuff that you can print, which is what this is. This is from Southern Lotus. You know, sign up to their website and go to their Christmas page, and then there'll be 5 pages that you can just print. Yeah, I very much fell in love with it too. And it is really calming, and it's one of those things where I'm like, it is just about the process. Like, I'm not gonna like fucking frame any of these or do anything with them, or even like, you know, the jewelry I make, I'm making it to wear it, so there kind of needs to be some level of quality control. But with this, it doesn't matter like how it looks, and this is why everyone's different. That's why that's a nice thing. So the thing about these markers is because they're alcohol, they do get really streaky. And so it's a bit of learning a technique of avoiding that and not letting it dry. And kind of doing it quite fast or going over it. So particularly when you're doing big areas. Like this little puppy's face. So we're gonna see how we go. I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten pretty good at it, like going in circles like this helps, and kind of not taking your pen off the table. As much as possible, but we will see, because it's hard. Particularly once you get close. To build the lines, and they bleed as well, so you've kind of got to get used to the fact that you've kind of got to give them room to do that. But yeah, it's like much of my crafting is like functional, like it needs to be able to do a thing. But if I mess these up, it doesn't matter. It's about the process more than anything. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can do this stuff with non-alcohol markers. Like, there's people doing amazing stuff with crayons and stuff. And using Vaseline to, like, blend them. I do love coloring with crayons. I was never a big crayon kid, but I got a packet of Crayolas not long ago and did some Crayola. I bought a Squishmallow coloring book. So you can see how the bleed there, it bled it into my highlight a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So what's great about this is, like, I discovered this because it kept getting suggested to me on a few social media sites. And then all of those groups I kind of like joined, watched for a little bit, and then left because there was just like explosions of drama. Like in one of these groups, there's an artist called Bobby Goods who does these kind of styles. I actually don't love the Bobby Goods stuff. But anyway, and there was a thing where like they'd done a Secret Santa and someone hadn't sent their present, and so they were tagging them and calling it out, and then it turned out they were a child, and it was just like crazy. Yeah, it's just real nice because it doesn't have to be for anything. And then there's just something just really satisfying, and you fuck it up and you can just do it again. It could well be. I know there's some that like you need a particular ball to try and catch. But I'm not an expert. By any means. Alright, now here's where if I was one of these fancy people, I would put a pattern on her little blanket. I'm not gonna do that. Do we do it Christmas colors though? No, she's gonna have a purple blanket. So just swatching my stuff. I do need to make a new swatch. I brought this stuff into the last day of school for kids to use. And I think my swatch got lost. But I kind of needed to redo it anyway. Because these are all numbered, but the number system makes no sense to me. So like you put them in number order and it's not. I just want it from like light to dark. So I'm going to learn from my mistakes with the highlights on the actual dog. And I'm going to do the light highlight a little bit fatter. So I can... I've got room to like put the dark. You know? Alright, we got another big space. So you can see, like, how much it goes through. And so all of the actual books that you get these have, like, quite thick paper and they're only one-sided. And even then, you gotta put something in between. And there's so many posts of people being like, I forgot to put the piece of paper and I ruined it. It's like, yep. That'll do it. So I have been doing a fair bit of crafting this week because I've been, as I said earlier, I've been making all my Christmas presents. So I've been making jewelry and bracelets and printing stuff that I didn't have to make. Sometimes that did not work, as is the case with this car, this little red car. That did not turn out. It looks awesome, but it doesn't work. But I did, probably the thing I'm proudest of is I printed a little marble machine. I did have to put it together. That I was very proud of actually working. So I'm hoping that goes down a treat. And then I made like a really cool dragon and like a dragon egg that like you can open and hide stuff in. So I feel like that's stuff that kids will like. And then one of my cousins is 2, and I made her just the most chaotic necklace earlier today. So yeah, all my stuff is homemade this year. Yeah, see, I forgot, like, making the highlights bigger at first is the way to go, because then you can just encroach as much as you want. One day I would love to try doing like little patterns and stuff. But just today is not that day. I think I want her all to just be themed in pinks and purples, which are not Christmas colors, and I don't care. Let's do this for her little scarf. I'm also like, I never studied art or anything, so I don't know anything about like light sources and stuff. I'm just doing a general like, the light is from over here. I did not swatch these, and maybe I should have, because I feel like the highlight is darker. Well, they're kind of just a different shade. Oh well. Again, this scarf is something that would be cool to do like a pattern on. My mom's texted me. I'm just gonna reply. Well, as in, by reply, I say I'm gonna give a thumbs up. Now, I missed a little bit of the bear fur, and I don't remember what color it was. I think it was this. Oh, we can test it. I think it was that. Yeah, it's not gonna matter if it's not. That is one thing you kind of gotta do, is keep track of that shit. Which I'm not always good at. Oh, those are wildly different. Yeah, they're more red. Although that's dried a little bit differently, but they're definitely not like of a piece with each other. See, they are, but they're too similar. So I might... Oh, see, that's more like the other one. They're not really... Yeah, they're not really, like, darker versions of that, are they? Now, of course, I can't remember. This is why I need to do a proper swatch where I label everything. That was my exact goal, so that's made me very happy. I just wanted to do, because yeah, this time, even when even if you have like a super chill family or whatever, which I know most people in this situation actually don't, there can just be a lot of chaos at this time of year, and so just getting time to just stop. And I will say, the other thing that's been very helpful with that has been the game Garden Life that you gifted me, Izzy, which last night I was like, I'm just gonna dip into this, and then it's one of those things where you're just like, I'm just gonna do one more day. I'm just gonna do one more day. I'm just gonna do one more day. So I have... Sometimes I get funny about like, oh no, this isn't perfect, and I remember like, I'm gonna go over it. So I could actually just do the whole thing like this. So yeah, I love that game. It's so relaxing. I love shit like that. I mean, when I was watching you play it, I was like, oh, this is my jam. And then I played it and I was like, oh, this is even more my jam than I thought. Yeah, because you're just like, oh, I just want to do this next little bit. And then, like, I imagine everyone kind of gets into a little bit of a rhythm of how you do your day. Like, I'm still fairly early on, but, like, first thing, I've got my stall already. So first thing, I go to the village square, get my money out of my stall, buy anything I want to buy if I've now got money. Then I go back and I snip everything. And then I make a bunch of bouquets ready for the next day. Check my orders. Like, I just got this like little rhythm for stuff, and yes, I'm enjoying it very, very much. This is a funny thing. I fired up Animal Crossing for the first time, and I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, see, this is what's cool. I feel like everyone would have a different kind of system. Yeah, I fired up Animal Crossing and I was like, oh yeah. Like, I loved the game, but I was a bit like, this would be a whole thing for me to get back into this. I'm thinking of a thing I'm gonna try and do with this cup. Oh, I imagine it would be. Yeah, I'm still very much in spring. But oh, I bet it is. Speaking of which, how's your first winter December going? I mean, speaking of snow, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that in the background here. People do all kinds of cool effects that I don't think I'm gonna be able to replicate. So I'm gonna save that for last because I might not even finish this today. I do love that about Animal Crossing, that it goes with the seasons. But it goes with your seasons, which is really cool. Like, it goes with local seasons. So at the moment in Animal Crossing, it is summer. I do love that. Yeah, are you gonna get there or not? So I feel like this teapot and cup should match. But let's see if I can find it better. Yeah, it's quite cool here today. They're not quite the same shade, are they? It's gonna be hot on Christmas Day, but yeah, today and oh, there we go. Those two are very much of a piece with each other. That's nice. Oh yeah, it's the thing where, like, yeah, winter starts on a date, not the start of the month. I'm just gonna make this teapot all one color. I could do something more interesting, but I'm not gonna. I mean, the other thing you could do is just, like, do all of it one light color, and then go over it. But that's also, like, these things do run out. Yeah. Ah. I didn't realize I had that cap on. Haha. These are a much better match. In fact, they might be too subtle. But that's okay. Yeah, it's never the same. You're just like, okay, now it's winter. But yeah, it's been quite, like, mild. Like, it's been in the low 20s the last few days. Like, Smoke is currently wearing a jumper. I mean, more than one people can catch it, right? I'm pretty sure. Well, that doesn't look right with that handle. Alright. She's had no luck. I'm gonna go in with my highlights. Cause I just wanna, cause I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole thing. Usually I would save this to the end, but I'm gonna just do this because I love how it looks so much. And I don't know why this elevates it to the extent that it does. But it just does. But I don't get why. Like, why does this make it look so much better? I don't understand it. I mean, that's fair. I know how hard. And this would be almost impossible because it's all just like liquidy stuff. I mean, I have started on the right side, so already I've kind of fucked myself. Well, this is what I want to do to the mug. I want it, my one little artistic thing I want to do is I want to add steam lines to it. I genuinely, when I first did this, like I'd seen people do it. I bought a little gel pen. I was like, let's try. The first time I did this, I was like, why does it do that? Why does it suddenly look magic? Alright, now I'm going to try and add steam lines just with the white gel pen. This might be terrible. I was terrified someone was going to do that roaster. I don't have any water. Okay, that didn't look terrible. It's very much ice chocolate weather here, but that doesn't look bad. I'm sure there's a way to do it to make it look better. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But why? Why does it do that? Why does it make it look so much better? I don't know. I might add a few more. Smoke has just brought me a cup of water so I can fulfill your request. Thank you. And thank you, Rooster. And hello. Alright. Oh, no. No. Alright. I kind of want to have a go with this candle. Because I'm not going to be able to do this whole thing. Are you saying you're hungry? Is that what you're telling me? So let's find a good color for the actual candle. And let's try. Oh, I don't even know where to begin. I'm gonna write their numbers. You can't see that I've done that. So I can remember what color each of these are. No, wait, that's 150. I'll remember this one because this is the white pen. I am going to Google some inspiration. Just for a second. I don't want to TikTok. Just the internet gives me fucking TikTok thumbnails. I'm gonna make this up then. Alright. Alright, we're gonna go in. That's a bit darker than that one. That's darker again. Okay. I think we got my strategy. But we'll see. That completely failed. But to my credit, I wasn't trying very hard. Alright. Is that too dark? Do we want to do that? Let's do this one, I think. I don't... I'm scared. I actually don't know if this is gonna work. Because I want to do like a circle. Ah! We just gotta do it. We just gotta do it. Oh, you know what? I actually am gonna do this bit first. Gonna do the candle color first. Oh my god. So there is a point where this does get stressful because you don't want to fuck it up. You want it to look pretty. And I might have just fucked it up. But we'll see. Okay, so we're gonna go with this one first. A little bit bigger. Oh, I hate it. Oh, that's kind of... Yeah, the lighter color on the outside. That's done something, I think. It looks better on camera, I've just realized. I've looked up, I'm like, oh. There, it looks quite good. And so I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. Here's where I would love one of the things that like blends the colors. You know what? I've ended up not hating that. So that's nice. And now I need to remember where all these fucking things are. Alright. I reckon we'll do the little candle stand and we'll do the books. I mean, the little candle stand I feel like would be like a gold color, right? Well, I suppose it doesn't have to be. Maybe we make it blue. Again, if I was clever, I'd like add the like firelight down the bottom, but we're gonna work at our skill level. And the white lines will then save it all. I'll wait for that to dry a little bit. I'd really love to try doing like the gold effect here. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just try it. It's gonna make no sense because I didn't do it on the stand, but whatever. Let's just see if I can make this work. Like, does it look like the little candles glow? Because I've never tried to do this before. Kind of. Obviously it would make more sense if I'd done it on the stand as well, but I don't hate that sound for that color for the oh, I have to make sure I've got my I don't hate that. I don't hate that. That looks kind of good. It's kind of hard to see, but I feel like that I did all right with that. And technically the book underneath, I quite like the colors I chose for that too. You shouldn't really see. So apparently there's the style that everyone is buying has like brush tips, which are softer. But I have not had any issues with the fine tip. Alright, so now, okay, I'm gonna go nuts now. And I'm gonna try doing this. Ah! I'm gonna try doing this on the fucking... I'm gonna try doing the orange glow on the stuff around it. I just want to see if I can get it to work. Particularly with a color palette that's like not gonna blend. Like I kind of, I did it with red on the books, so. Oh, I am an idiot and I painted the fucking pole green. That's right, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna pretend that was intentional. I'll show you, we're just gonna do it all green and then we're gonna fix the pole. I'm gonna show you and it's gonna be magic. I don't hate how the orange glow looks. I really don't. Here's how we fix this though. We just go right over it with a brown and it will just transform it into a different shade of brown. And I was probably going to do this brown anyway. So it's going to be real dark, but it should get lighter as it dries. So we'll see. And I really don't hate that glowing orange effect. Like, I really don't. Sorry, I gotta do the other side of the pole now the same way, because otherwise I won't remember. That's darker. The way. Always asking the important questions, Jacob. Oh, I'm such a moron. I just did an even dumber thing. Where I, like, did the highlights of the green rather than the brown. Oh my god. So we'll just do the same thing. Put a lighter brown on the light green for highlights. Oh my god. It's fine. We're doing fine. See? Fine. So I am gonna actually do the final kind of greeny bits with an actual green highlight, because the orange light wouldn't reach this far, right? That would be the logic. And then I think we'll leave it there. That bit could have probably still getting a little bit of orange light, but I've decided I'm not going to push my luck. Hell yeah. I have ended up kind of stoked about how that looked. that's, like I said, my first time attempting like the orange glow. So we're gonna just add our little magic white lines. That might kind of ruin it, but I think they still work. This is the thing. It's deceptively easy. I've been really scared to try it because I thought it would look bad. And like I said, I tried to do a TV glow once, which people do, like they pencil out like the light lines of where the TV would be, and then they do that. And I tried to do that and it didn't work. So I actually don't think the white lines, I think I maybe added too much with the white lines there. I think it was fine without it. But this is what it's all about. It's learning. I actually am really happy with how that orange turned out. That looks really cute. And then this, like, and that's, yeah, what it looks like on the back and what it looks like underneath. I mean, a lot of these are my swatches. So this has been my, like, my latest craft. Will I eventually get the really expensive markers? Probably not. There are plenty of, like, cheap alternatives. Yeah, the white lines kind of detract from it, actually. But this is how we learn. So I'm sure I'll finish that later. I don't know how that got messed up. Anyway. And hopefully next time I do something like this on the table, I will have learned from Corey, how to make it, give an actual point of view shot. I reckon I can do it. So that's my stream for the week. Let me just, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Thank you for, excuse me. Thank you for coming and hanging out. It's been really, really nice. This is kind of what I would like this stream to be. Just like doing cozy, comforting stuff. I want to build some Lego sets again. I still have so many just sitting there. And logic is telling me, like, don't do that until you're moved, because box sets are easier to move than unboxed. And part of me saying, fuck it. So, I'll finish this and I might show the finished result in the Discord. I definitely want to, I'm happy how that turned out. So yeah, this is what we'll be doing. So next week, I reckon maybe some Lego. I might do some more streaming later in the week, since it's this, you know, the no man's land week between Christmas and New Year, but we'll see. But definitely about this time next week, doing something cozy, comforting, chilled out. That's what I would like to do. Just a nice low-key space. Speaking of Lego, actually, I'm gonna do that to get my arms out of the shot. we're going to go raid Andy. Andy's a great buddy of mine who supported me for my Lego days, and he's building a set that I badly want. The Museum of Natural History, I think. And he's building that for a couple of days and just chilling out. Oh, hey Jay. Yes, hi and bye. I will be here approximately this time next week, maybe before then, but definitely this time next week. Just chilling out, having a cozy chat. If I don't see any of you, have a Merry Christmas or whatever it is you're doing over the next few days. I hope it is minimal stress and chaos. I know that my last week in the prep to Christmas there's been things that have just been stuff to deal with, and I know so many people have got that kind of stuff at this time of year that it can trigger, but just look after yourselves and look after each other, and know that it'll be over soon. If it's not your favorite time of year, for a lot of people it's not, me included. So yeah, if I don't see you, enjoy and say hi to Andy, and that's me out. Thanks, team.